Myself Dr. Chandrakant Shivaji here. In last lecture, we complete the first part of first chapter, Chemical Energetics. This is the second part of the first chapter, Chemical Energetics. So last lecture we complete this first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics. Now in this second part we start this definition of certain thermodynamics terms. So we have listed these thermodynamic terms. So first consider the systems and surroundings. So system, what is system? The part of universe considered for thermodynamical study is called as a system, and the rather part other than system, all the universe excluding system is considered as a surroundings. The second term is open, closed and isolated system. So what is open system? So in open system there is an exchange of both is matter and energy. In closed system there is an exchange of energy only, matter is not exchange. So there is an exchange of energy only. And when we consider this third isolated system, there is neither exchange of energy nor matter. So in first open system we consider boiling water in open vessel. So in this case water vapor and energy both are lost, matter and energy both are lost. If we cover that vessel with lid, close it, then there is no exchange of matter, only heat is transfer. And when we consider the example of thermos, in thermos the system is isolated outer side, and thus when we consider the example of thermos, this hot water or hot tea remains hot, cold water, when we place the cold water, it remains cold. Why? There is no exchange of heat as well as matter to the surrounding, so it is isolated from the surroundings. So we consider this open, closed and isolated systems. Next point is homogeneous systems. So this name suggests homogeneous, so it is a uniform throughout the system. The system is uniform, homo means same throughout the system, homogeneous. For example, when we consider the mixture of gases, it is homogeneous, there is no difference between one part of gas system and another part of gas system. Another example is pure liquid, pure solid, solution of solids, all are the example of homogeneous systems. Opposite to that, heterogeneous system. So there is a difference of one part of system with another part, so this system is heterogeneous, different. So there are more than one phase. When we consider heterogeneous, there are more than one phase. When we consider homo, there is only one phase. So heterogeneous system, there may be two or more than two phases. Example is when we consider a system having two liquids which are non miscible, or we call it as immiscible liquids. When we mix two immiscible liquid or more than two immiscible liquid, the system is a heterogeneous system. Mixture of two or more solid is a example of heterogeneous system. When we consider this liquid and gas vapors, again it is a heterogeneous system. Consider this fifth point, macroscopic system. So what is the meaning of macroscopic? So this macro means consist of large number of amount of substance. So this system consists of large number of substances. For example, this macroscopic system is one containing large number of particles. It may be atoms or molecules or ions. Then the sixth point is a macroscopic property. So this macroscopic system possessing macroscopic property. So this macroscopic property depends upon the particle behavior of particle present in the system. So this property related to behavior of particle in a microscopic system is called as a microscopic property. For example, pressure, volume, temperature, surface tension, viscosity, density, refractive index, these are the examples of macroscopic property which depends upon bulk number of atoms or molecules or particles. Then the seventh is a state of system. State of system and state variable. So what is the state of system? The state of system means the condition of the system when various macroscopic properties are assigned to that system. What are the macroscopic property? When we assign the temperature, volume, pressure to the system, that is called as the state of the system. When we consider the state of a system, so we consider only initial and final state of the system. When we begin with system, that is the initial stage, and the last step is a final step. When we carried out the reaction, at that time reactants are the initial stage, products are the final stage. What is state variables? So this macroscopic property are known as the state variables. This macroscopic property, that is a temperature, pressure, all these properties. So majority, when we define the state variable, at that time we consider 4 variables, that is composition, pressure, volume and temperature of the system to assign the system. Then next we go for the 8th number, this thermodynamic equilibrium. So what is this thermodynamic equilibrium? A system is said to be thermodynamically equilibrium if macroscopic properties of systems in various phase. This macroscopic property of system in various phase do not shows any variation with time. So this macroscopic property of system do not change with time. At that time it is called as a thermodynamical equilibrium. So we considered different types. First type is a thermal equilibrium. So what is thermal equilibrium? It implies that there is no flow of heat. Thermal means heat. There is no flow of heat from one part of a system to the another part, and thus the system is said to be thermally at equilibrium stage. Equilibrium. So this thermal means heat is not exchange. This system having uniform temperature. So there is no exchange of heat from one part to the another part of system. When we consider this mechanical equilibrium, at that time this work of system, there is no work of the system is done. So system do not perform any type of work. That is, one part of the system do not act on the another part. That is, it implies that no work should be done by one part of system over the another, or no macroscopic movement of matter should be takes place within the system. No macroscopic movement of particle takes place in the system. At that time the system is said to be in mechanical equilibrium. The pressure of the system remains constant. So when pressure of the system remains constant, at that time there is no movement of matter in the system. The last third is a chemical equilibrium. In this chemical equilibrium, there is no change in composition should occur in any part of system. So in system, this chemical composition remains same at any point. That is called as a chemical equilibrium. The next is 9th, extensive and intensive property. What is extensive? Properties which are depend upon the quantity of the matter contained in the system is called as the extensive property. So this extensive property depends upon the quantity of matter present in system. Intensive, this property does not depends upon the quantity of matter. It depends only the quality of quality, or we may say this depends upon the nature of substance. So extensive property depends upon quantity of matter, intensive property depends upon nature of substance, and it is independent on amount of substance. So for example, extensive property, we consider the examples of mass, volume, energy, heat capacity. Mass, volume, energy and heat capacities are the extensive property, depends upon the quantity of matter present in system. Intensive property, in this case, this temperature, pressure, refractive index, viscosity, density, surface tension, specific heat, all these are the intensive property. Consider again: temperature, pressure, refractive index, viscosity, density, surface tension, specific heats are the intensive properties. It depends on only nature of substance and not on the quantity of substance. So interestingly, some extensive properties is converted into intensive property by specifying unit. For example, just now we consider mass and volumes are extensive property, density is intensive property. When we consider what is density, mass upon volume, that is the density. So this mass volume is converted into density. So this extensive property, mass volume is extensive property, density is intensive property. This heat capacity is extensive property, but specific heat is a intensive property. And the last is a thermodynamic processes. So there are various thermodynamical processes. So first we consider this a isothermal process. Isothermal process. Iso means same, thermal means temperature or heat. So this process is carried out in such a manner that the temperature remains constant. Temperature of a system remains constant. If so, it may be exchange of temperature or heat by the system to the surrounding or surrounding to system, but temperature of systems remains same or constant. That is called as the isothermal processes. Temperature of system is constant. Second, adiabatic process. What is the adiabatic process? In this adiabatic process, this no heat flow from the system to surrounding or surrounding to system. So system is adiabatic state. There is no exchange of heat by the system or gain by the system. So it is called as a adiabatic process. So in adiabatic process, this heat exchange is zero. In case of isothermal process, there may be a heat exchange, but temperature remains constant. In adiabatic process, heat exchange is zero. There is no exchange of heat by the system or surrounding. Then the third is a isochoric process. Processes which are carried out at constant volume. So there is no change of volume of a system. No change of volume of system. At that time, such processes are called as a isochoric process. Isobaric, there is no change in pressure of the system. This isobaric means pressure of a system remains constant. There is no change in pressure of the system. The next is reversible process. What is reversible process? So it is defined as the process. This reversible process defined as the process which is carried out infinitesimally slowly, such that all changes occur in direct process can be exactly reversed. All direct process can be exactly reversed and the system appear to be the state of equilibrium at each moment. So we consider the example of chemical equilibria. So in chemical equilibria there is a no change in composition of system. So similar way, this reverse process which shows forward as well as reverse direction, but this rate of forward and reverse direction is are infinitesimally smaller amount, very small amount of rate is present. So whatever maybe the reactant is converted into product, at the same time this product is converted into reactant. That process of conversion of reactant into products are very slow, and the system, this reversible system, attain the chemical equilibrium. And the last is a irreversible process, which is opposite to that of the reversible process. So in case of irreversible process, this rate of or this processes occur very rapid or fast. Processes occur at very rapidly or fastly, and thus the process is irreversible in nature. There is a large difference, very large difference in forward and reverse reaction, and thus we consider it as only in forward direction. For example, all natural processes are carried out in irreversible manner. For example, this heat flow from hot body to cold body, this flow of water from hilly area. So all these are the example of natural process which occur in irreversible manner. So it is a direct process. Next part we consider the standard state. What is the standard state? So it is not possible to determine the absolute values of molar enthalpy, but by applying the standard condition for conversion to find the standard molar enthalpy of substances. What is the standard condition? It is a 1 atmospheric pressure and 298.15 Kelvin temperature are considered as a standard state conditions. The standard molar enthalpy of every element, at 1 atmospheric pressure and 298.15 Kelvin temperature in the most stable state is taken as 0. In most stable state at standard condition, this standard molar enthalpy of elements are 0. Why? For example, when we consider the most stable state of hydrogen is a gaseous state, most stable state of bromine is a liquid state, most stable state of iodine is a solid state, and their standard molar enthalpies are taken as a 0 at 1 atmospheric pressure and 298.15 Kelvin. In case of element exhibit allotropy, then which form we consider? Consider the form which is more stable from under the condition of standard state. Under the condition of standard state, which form is more stable? That form we consider for this element. Next point is the enthalpy of formation and standard enthalpy of formation. What is this enthalpy of formation? Enthalpy of formation is also called as a heat of formation. It symbolizes a delta, capital H. This small f indicates formation. Heat change takes place when 1 mole of substance. Heat change takes place when 1 mole of substance is formed from its element under given condition of temperature and pressure. So this condition is specified. When we use standard word, standard enthalpy of formation, at that time this delta H0, this node is used for standard condition of formation. The heat change takes place when 1 mole of substance in the standard state from its element also taken in the standard state. What is standard state? 298.15 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure. So both substance form and this element from which substance is formed, both are present in standard state. For example, this carbon, standard state is a solid state. oxygen, standard state is a gaseous state. When this combine to form a carbon dioxide in its standard state as a gaseous state, at that time the standard enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Next is the standard enthalpy of combustion. What is the standard enthalpy of combustion? It is symbolized as delta C H0. These zeros indicate standard condition, or the C may be written as like this, or we simply write delta H0 combustion. So this is heat change evolved or absorbed of heat when 1 mole of substance under standard condition, that is 298.15 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure, is completely burned to form a product. Again it is in the form of standard condition. For example, this methane standard state is a gaseous state. Oxygen, again its standard state is a gaseous state. When this methane is burned in presence of oxygen, at that time carbon dioxide and water vapors are released. So this carbon dioxide again present in gaseous state, water vapor again in gaseous state, and at that time this delta H0 combustion of methane is minus 890.4 kilojoule per mole. Just now we consider the standard enthalpy of combustion or standard enthalpy of formation. So both are the reactions. So the standard enthalpy of reaction, it may be combustion reaction or formation reaction. This change is calculated by using summation of standard enthalpies of formation of product minus summation of standard enthalpies of formation of reactant. For example, consider this reaction: A mole of substance A, B mole of substance B. These two reactant A and B react to form a C mole of substance C and D mole of substance D. So this A and B reactant combine to form a C and D product. So what is the enthalpy change of whole reaction? This enthalpy change of reaction, it may be combustion or formation reaction. It is equal to summation of heat of formation of product. So this small c is a moles of C into molar or standard enthalpy of substance C plus another product. This small d is a molar quantity of D, moles of D, heat of formation of D, standard enthalpy of formation of D, minus summation of standard enthalpy of formation of reactant. So there are two reactant, A mole of reactant A, so A into standard heat of formation of A plus B mole into standard enthalpy of formation of B, and that gives the standard enthalpy of that particular reaction. Thank you. So in this second part we complete the standard enthalpy of formation, standard enthalpy of combustions. In next third part we consider the next point of this chapter, first chemical energy.